class, welcome back to another video. Today we are reading a Tadashi Yamaguchi X listener. This one I titled Perfect. And before anybody goes in the comments and says, did you base YN off you? Yes I did. This is what I feel like me and Yamaguchi, that's how we would meet, okay? So before you say anything, I'm going to confirm, yes. Now if you have a problem with that, then click off the video. But if you don't, then yeah, let's get into the video. You were playing on the field with your soccer team when you accidentally kicked the ball way too hard and into your school's gym door. You cringed as you heard your name being dragged through the mud from behind you. You closed your eyes, pushing your lips together with a smile. Oof, coming from your lips. You slowly turned around and hesitantly met the eyes of one of your closest friends, who also happened to be the captain of your soccer team. YN! She shouted, anger the main emotion. You could see red radiating off her, and you knew it was not because she was hot or sweaty. Sorry, you shrugged your shoulders in a questioning manner. Come on, now we have to go apologize to the people in the gym. She huffed out, waving to her second in command, the co-captain. How do you know if people are even using the gym right now? Your eyes wandered aimlessly towards the gym doors. Then you felt a heart attack on your baggy t-shirt. Why would the doors be open? Her smile was clearly fake as she gritted the words through her teeth. I'm sorry, you whined out, hoping she'd let you go. Good, then you can tell them that. She had a grin plastered on her face. You meanie. You know what? I wouldn't have even kicked that ball so hard if you weren't egging me on. Oh, shut it. She rolled her eyes, walking into the gym and pulling you roughly behind. Her hold tightened up on you so you could not escape her grasp. She plays soccer, how are her hands so strong? You mentally questioned as your eyes met those of the hard-wooden floor. You looked up to find a group of boys watching the two of you. I'm guessing this is yours? A boy with black spiky hair called out. Soon the ball was thrown your way and your captain caught it. Yeah, sorry about that. My friend YN here kicked it too hard during our practice. Your friend had a devilish aura to her. This was a usual thing, so it didn't really bother you as much as it did the other students. They wanted to say sorry if it caused any trouble. No, I did. Oh, hush now, child. She patted your head softly. Now, this was a very rare occurrence. This meant she was actually mad, or she was scared of getting embarrassed. Right, you squeaked out, bowing your head. I'm sorry. You then looked up to face the group. It's no problem. You just hit Tadashi in the arm, that's all. An enormously short boy with spiked brown and blonde hair spoke, patting the boy he spoke of on the shoulder, presumably where you had hit him. You gulped, not because you hit someone, but because that someone was Yamaguchi Tadashi. What even were the coincidences? Oh, hey Ellen, I didn't know you played a sport too. The boy said, walking towards you as if you were friends. Well, it's not that you weren't, though you didn't really talk much unless it was on a school subject or because you had to for a project. However, this didn't mean you didn't want to change that. From the beginning of the year, you had been in the same class as him. You always admired his freckles from afar, though never actually got to analyze him as he was always next to his really tall friend. You couldn't care less about the blonde boy, but the fact that he was always so close to Yamaguchi made you analyze things about them both. You could tell most girls would usually like Tsukishima, but for some reason, it was his dull, quiet, and obedient friend that drew your interest. Honestly, you couldn't figure out how in the world people thought Yamaguchi was dull. In fact, he was very much the opposite. Yamaguchi had beautiful light brown freckles dusted on his cheeks. His hair was as green as the summer grass, or as green as the trees in winter. He was kind, even when he was nervous. He never had anything bad to say about anyone. To you, Yamaguchi was the perfect picture of a person. Though, you say picture because you know someone can never be perfect. Everyone has a flaw, at least one. If you don't see it, it's because they hide it away. This is what Yamaguchi was made of. He was perfect, the perfect picture. You heard him talking to the other students. You hear the lightness in his voice, the excitement attitude he gets when speaking with Tsukishima, or something he thinks fondly of. But still, he wasn't perfect. He was just the perfect picture. He never made mistakes, and if he did, it was unusual, very. He'd be so quick to apologize for something and be so quick to forgive someone. Yamaguchi was a sunrise and a sunset altogether. He may not have known it himself, But every time you glance his way, you see the innocent and caring soul within. You told a couple of your friends about this boy, and some called it a crush. Some of your friends said to ask him out. Some of your friends said to become his friend first. The thing was, you had no idea how. How were you supposed to contain this ball of sunshine that resonated through your dim-lit school? It was halfway into the school year, and you guessed you waited too long, until today when you hit him on accident with your soccer ball. Your cheeks got all flushed and you started stumbling on your words. Oh, yeah, You were lost in his eyes for a good few seconds, but your captain managed to help you out. They mean sorry. Your captain brightly smiled. Right. Okay. Yamaguchi closed his eyes and placed his palm on the nape of his neck. Well, see ya. Right, see ya, you said quietly, a small frown forming on your lips. You couldn't see it, but once you walked away, Yamaguchi was tackled to the floor by a sunshine brighter than him. No way, Tadashi, is that? Hinata shouted in excitement. No. Yamaguchi started getting way too embarrassed for his liking. Yes, it is. Karasuno's blonde middle blocker teased. Suki! Yama gave in after a couple of teases, one of his flaws, giving in too easily. Why is he so perfect? You groaned out, throwing your head back in annoyance. Don't worry, maybe ask him out on a study date, so at least not to be so obvious. You grinned widely at this, with your hands clasping together in a praying motion. Ned, do you want to ask him out for me, friend-chan? No, she laughed out. Why not? You pouted. Because you're a big person, you can do it yourself. She sat you upright as you were melting into a deceased worm, anime style. Have you met me? Yes, and you'll be fine. Yes, and you'll be fine, she says. Watch me flop. She giggled. And you will be. You pouted again. I hope you're right about this. You know I always am. She gave you a thumbs up and a wink. Like that helps. You sweat dropped. The next day, you walked into classroom and immediately made your way to Yamaguchi's desk. Tsukishima was already sitting in his seat right next to it, making you second think about giving Yams your note to meet you after school before practice started. But you went through with it with the help of force of your best friend. You reluctantly walked over towards Yamaguchi's desk. Once you stood in front of it, you stood still for a moment, catching Tsukishima's attention. He probably thinks I want to talk to him. Oh, how weird. What will I look like if I don't say something? Can I just place the note on Yamakun's desk without getting any weird faces? Why did I agree to this again? Do you need something? Because if you do, stop staring at your feet and talk. You looked up, meeting the very scary eyes of Yamaguchi's best friend, Tsukishima Kei. Huh? Your words trembled. What the fuck, Ryan? You're supposed to be all big and bad, and here you are not able to get a complete sentence out? No. You turned to walk away, but once your body switched around, your eyes met Yamaguchi's. You panicked and looked towards your friend. They were giving you a heads up to do it, but you felt like you were going to faint. You turned back around and quickly handed Tsukishima the letter. Please give this to Yamaguchi-kun. Your voice was muffled. Tsukishima raised an eyebrow. You wouldn't want to date me instead, would you? He quirked a smile. Your face shattered. No, sorry. Tsukishima sighed out, but it sounded as if it was out of relief. Okay, I approve. He closed his eyes and you tilted your head to the side. Hey, Yamaguchi, I approve. Your face burned as you felt someone behind you. You flipped on your heel and ran towards your desk, bumping into at least two on the way. Huh? What were they doing here? Yams asked, sitting back in his seat. Attempting to give you this without peeing their pants. Tsukishima laughed out, handing Yamaguchi a little folded, favorite color note. Oh? Yamaguchi smiled as the piece of paper was handed to him. He read the note in his head, glancing over you a couple of times. He blushed immensely once he finished reading, and again whenever he saw you walking with your friends, though it hit home for him when he saw you waving towards your friends as they walked towards the locker rooms and you walked towards the front of the school, where the entrance stood. He did the same with Tsukishima, Hinata, and Kageyama once they all met up. Where's Tadashi going? Is he not coming to practice? The orange tangerine asked with confusion. Tsukishima sighed out and said, "He has something to do first." Hinata questioned, earning a smack in the back from Kageyama. "Bokute." "Ow, hey!" Hinata shouted, grabbing his head in pain. "I hope people don't think I know you," Tsukishima bluntly stated, walking away. Yamaguchi made his way out towards the school entrance. When he finally got close enough, he spotted the back of your figure. He began getting nervous due to the simple fact that he'd always thought you were cute. Sure, he thought this of others as well, but you were the only one he had actually thought of asking out. Now it seemed you were closer than ever. He approached you slowly. "Ryan?" You turned around and met his gaze. Hi." "Hey," he said. There it was, his genuine, kind-hearted smile. "Why is he so damn perfect?" You questioned. "What is?" Yamaguchi turned to look behind him. "What, huh?" You were scared the words just slipped out of your mouth by accident, but to your gratefulness, only the word perfect had. "You said perfect. I thought you meant something behind me." He chuckled nervously. "Oh, no, I meant..." You trailed off, biting your lip and debating whether to tell him the truth or not. You knew you needed to get something out as both of you, and his practice started in about 8 minutes. You needed to say something that would stick with him. You wanted to tell him you liked him, but not to the point where he was freaked out. Though, knowing you, that was likely impossible. Why can't I just say it? You asked yourself. Say what? You turned your back towards Yamaguchi and took a deep breath. Yamaguchi, you're a nervous, adorable weirdo, but I am much more. This is the only way I can say what I want to say without chickening out, okay? Yamaguchi nodded before realizing you couldn't see him. Yes. He gulped. You started. "I like you, Yamaguchi-kun." Yamaguchi stood silent, unsure of what to say. You were too cute to him. He didn't want to ruin any chances he may have by saying something dumb, so he just stood. "Well?" you questioned after a while. You huffed, rolling your eyes and turning around. A cute-ass person just confessed to you, and all you have to say is, Your cheeks were steaming red at this point. You sighed and grabbed Yamaguchi by the arm. "If you have no objections, I would like to go out with you." You again waited for his response. "No, that's fine," he whispered. You breathed a sigh of relief and let go of his arm. "Thank God. Do you know how long I stayed in the mirror trying to practice that line?" Yamaguchi chuckled and ran up beside you. "You're too perfect." Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video. This was 11 pages and I'm gonna have so much editing to do, but that's okay. That's okay, we got this. Okay, oh my god, 19 minutes, what the fuck? Okay, bye loves.